how the Stoics take on challenges and how to overcome them. No pain, no gain. Hi, my name's Dave, and welcome to my daily journey through the Daily Stoic. 366 meditations on wisdom, perseverance, and the art of living by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hasselman. If you enjoy Stoic content, self-improvement, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Today is September 22nd. No pain, no gain. Quote, difficulties show us a person's character. So when a challenge confronts you, remember that God is matching you with a younger sparring partner, as would a physical trainer. Why? Becoming an Olympian takes sweat. I think no one has a better challenge than yours. If only you would use it like an athlete would a younger sparring partner. EPICTETUS Discourses 1.24, 1-2. The Stoics love to use metaphors from the Olympics, especially wrestling. Like us, they saw sports as both a fun pastime as well as a training ground to practice for challenges one will inevitably face in the course of living. As General MacArthur once said in words later engraved at the gymnasium at West Point, upon the fields of friendly strife are sown the seeds that, upon other fields, on other days, will bear the fruits of victory. Everyone has found themselves outmatched by an opponent, frustrated by some skill or attribute that we don't, or attribute that they have that we don't. Height, speed, vision, whatever. How we choose to respond to that struggle tells us about who we are as athletes and who we'll be as people. Do we see it as a chance to learn and get stronger? Do we get frustrated and complain? Or worse, do we call it off and find an easier game to play, one that makes us feel good instead of challenged? The greats don't avoid these tests of their abilities. They seek them out because they are not just measures of greatness. They are the pathway to it. They are not just measures of greatness. They are the pathway to it. Through our challenges is the pathway to greatness. You know, it was a really interesting one because I was kind of struggling making the video today. I woke up just kind of tired, didn't get a lot of sleep last night. Had an interview today, and it was just kind of really wishy-washy. And then I read that. I remember that, like, I'm going through a lot of struggles at the moment. It's a lot of challenges in my personal life. And recognizing that, you know, there's these choices that happen when you're faced with a challenge or a difficult situation. And, you know, it laid it out there in the second part of the reading. Like, do you learn from that and grow from that challenge? Do you complain and get annoyed with it and just, you know, go nowhere? Or do you give up completely and try a completely other game that you know you can win, going to something easier? Like, I'm trying to switch fields. I'm trying to switch careers. I'm going from being a chef of 20 years to try to being a content creator and a life coach. And I'm recognizing there's a lot of skills that I don't have. Like, I don't really have mastered the skills of sales and marketing yet. And it's why kind of my coaching business isn't going so well. I haven't really learned that yet. And it's been a real challenge. And there are moments of where I've complained and where I've thought about going back into cooking. But I know that won't get me where I want to go. That will lead me to the path of greatness, the path of what I truly want to do, the path of my purpose. It's learning how to face those challenges, move forward through them so that I can gain something from it. You know, it's only through that we fail do we truly succeed. And fail is just a first attempt in learning. And it may take a lot of first attempts in learning to really learn those lessons and those skills. It's, you know, the greats in the world had to practice and fail. They didn't know if it was going to succeed. You know, like, I was watching a video and they was talking about, you know, if Jeff Bezos did a vlog back in 1986 when he started Amazon, it was like, yep, almost lost the company this week. Oh, almost lost the company again this week, right? Like, when they didn't know, it then turned into what we know as Amazon today. You know, like, people that started off small, you know, like, they had to go through challenges and ups, downs, and turnarounds, and there was obstacles in the way, and it was, what did you do when you faced those obstacles? Did you run away from them? Did you complain about them? Or did you try to overcome them? Did you try to learn something from it? Did you actually try to, push through it? No pain, no gain. Like learning, it's called, growth pains for a reason, right? Because it's painful to learn lessons. It's painful to go through self-actualization, through personal development and learning boundaries and learning about yourself and facing yourself and your ego and having a true understanding of who you are to be a man in society or just a human in society. Like, it takes a lot of humility and a lot of strength and fortitude to truly look at yourself, to be like, no, all right, this is where I'm lacking and this is where I need to grow. And like, to have that humility to be like, no, I need to learn. I need to face the challenges, today was a bit of a challenge. The last few months have been very challenging for me personally. And yet I know that this could be one of those greatest learning moments in my life that I look back and I'll be amazed at how much I made it through. I think about other times in my life where I had great challenges and thought my life was over and thought everything was crumbling down around me, and it built me up to be a stronger person sitting here in front of the camera now talking to you. Even just the getting over the fear of making a video and putting it out online and kind of like putting myself out there, stepping into the arena. It requires a vulnerability and like courage. Courage isn't found in the atmosphere. Courage is found not in the I don't know why I can't say that word right now. Courage is found through facing fear, not fear being there, right? It's facing fear is where you find the courage. Facing the challenges, do you find the courage to overcome them? The strength that you push your skills to the limit to find out who you are, to find out how good you are. Like, as a chef, the kitchens that were, as I moved up in the ranks and went to better kitchens, higher quality kitchens, each of those kitchens was a challenge. And, and when I would go back into work at a kind of lower level or a simpler job, I realized how much it didn't push me, how much it didn't get me where I want to go in that particular career field. I find that now in doing content creation is that, it's a challenge to do this daily video challenge. It's not easy, but, I feel like I've gotten better at making videos, talking to the camera, learning a little bit more about editing, by putting in the volume, by putting in the work. It's usually if you want to get better at anything, you have to put in the hours in it. You have to put in your time at the gym. You have to put in the workout to get there. Sitting back and just expecting it to happen, it's not going to happen that way, especially when it comes to self-development. Like, there's no one that's going to push you better than yourself. No one can make you do anything but you. No one can make you do anything but you. You're in control of who you are. And it's, what are you willing to do to get to where you want to go? How much are you willing to put yourself through to achieve your goals, dreams, and desires? How much are you willing to invest in yourself to get where you want to go? No Olympic athlete or, top of their field got there through like sheer luck and, no hard work. Everything takes hard work. Life is not easy. It isn't. Life can be very difficult and challenging, and everyone has their own unique sets of challenges that life is presented for you. And this is where having a coach is such a valuable thing, or a therapist, having a mentor in your back, in your corner, to help you along so you can help overcome those challenges. Because when you try to do it alone, it becomes much harder. But when you have that coach, when you have someone in your corner helping you along, who's been down that road, who shows you how that, like, if they can do it, you can do it too. You can succeed. And yeah, right now, I'm not in the best position, but I'm in a much better position than I was than 10 years ago. Like, mentally, spiritually, physically as well. Like, there's some things that, aren't as great, but there's other things that, like, those internal values and those things that I really hold dear, the spiritual side of who I am, why I call myself the spiritual gentleman. It's about developing that inner core and that inner resilience within ourselves. September's is all about resilience, and it's developing that skill set to get you to become the most possible. If you're interested in coaching, feel free to reach out to me. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. You have a great, if not better, day.